everyone, this is SD Parmar and again you all are welcome back to DCC the World of Biology. So last time what we had discussed, all those were the means of precautions, means could be taken before coitus as a safe side, as a protection. But suppose not planned coitus has been happened, which is leading to zygote formation or implantation, and couple is not having favorable circumstances to continue with that pregnancy. In that case, medical science has given us some means which will allow us for birth control measures. Before starting this kind of mean, I want to tell you, young adult must have this idea that this kind of sources what medical science has given us, it is not for the enhancement of fulfillment of the sex drive or enhancement of the non-protected sex. It can lead to so many problems which we have already discussed. This kind of means are for the safe side of ourselves as well as upcoming progeny. Like if the couple is not having those kind of circumstances that they can take charge of brought up of a child, then we should not enhance the pregnancy. So this kind of means are of two types for both male and female as per their reproductive system. The male sterilization technique or surgical mean of birth conception in male is called vasectomy. This kind of means of sterilization techniques are the permanent solution for the conceptions, which will allow the blockage of the gamete transport, so it will prevent the conception. In vasectomy, they will cut the vasa differentia, so it will block the gamete traveling, or permanent removal of testicles from male reproductive system, which is called castration. So this is called the male sterilization. It's a very minor operation जिसमें कोई side effect नहीं होता है. There would be not any kind of issues of weakness, or it will not even affect the sex life of male. Female sterilization techniques are of three types: tubectomy, ovarectomy, or tubal ligation. Tubectomy is a technique. Tubectomy is a technique in which cutting of fallopian tube or cutting of fallopian tube. So as we know that insemination is having this passage via which sperm and ova would be having mating and there will be zygote formation. So if the passage would be cut, अगर दरवाज़ा ही बंद है, so entry would not be possible. So tubectomy is that thing in which fallopian tubes are cut. Tubal ligation is the also same thing. Fallopian tubes are cut and ligated. उसको seal कर देते हैं पूरा ही. So there would be no chance at all for the sperm insemination. And ovarectomy is the surgical method for the removal of the ovary. Okay, but we must have an idea that in the female body most probably all the hormones are connected with the ovary. So after ovarectomy, that would be same condition like menopause. The female could undergo through the nervousness for the whole lifetime. Why am I saying so? Because each and every coin is having two sides, जिसे हम बोलते हैं pros and cons. So definitely this kind of surgical methods are also having some pros and cons. अगर हम लोग pros की बात करें, so these methods are long lasting method, or it is the safest method for keeping gap between two kids. But we must also have an idea that this method can be having some kind of the side effects, like it is not having any kind of a reduction for STDs, avoidance of sexually transmitted diseases. They are not giving us any prohibition against the infection of sexually transmitted diseases. It is only for the birth control. Another pro is that this could be inserted and removed by a medical advisor easily, undergoing through the minor surgery. So the people who are having mania of surgeries, for them it could be cone. And another thing is that many light another side effects could be also happen in the female body due to nervousness, emotional loss, or due to the fear of implantation. So they can lead to abdominal cramps, nausea, vomiting, sometimes hair loss, and also unwanted weight gain. So these all are the also demerits of this surgical methods. Okay, rather than this thing, one another method is also there for the birth control, but rather than saying it birth control, I should tell it, or I would like to call it termination of pregnancy, which is called MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. Here what happens before the completion of the whole embryogenesis time, as we know that the pregnancy trimester has been divided into 3 trimesters: first trimester of 3 months, second trimester of 3 months, and the third trimester of the 3 months. As we have already discussed that when the male and female physical relationship would be happen, the coitus will happen, only two bodies do not connect with each other, but also so many emotional attachments would be there, which will lead to enhancement of a new life, or born up or brought up of a new life. So this zygote, when there is implantation, this zygote will be in a very small dot like form. अभी इसके अंदर जान नहीं है. It is like a cluster of a muscles जो सिर्फ ओवा और स्पर्म के कॉम्बिनेशन से बना है, जिसे हम जाइगोट बोलते हैं. अभी इसमें जान नहीं है, पर शायद आप लोगों को पता नहीं है. व्हेन द प्रेगनेंसी ट्राइमेस्टर सेकेंड विल बी स्टार्टेड, organogenesis will be started. At that time, the zygote is not a only portion of a muscles, not a cluster of a tissues and cell. Now it has started to be a living body, and the first organ which is developed in the mother womb in form of a baby, that is heart. We know that heart is an important organ of our body with which all the emotions are connected. So MTPs could be done before the 12 weeks of pregnancy, means the till third trimester completion only. After the third trimester, it has been started to develop in a baby, in a new offspring, new individual. So at that time, if pregnancy is terminated, it's a crime only. We are killing someone. So MTP is a medical termination of pregnancy, but it is allowed before the 12th week of pregnancy only, because it's a really very much embarrassing thing to tell you. Around 1/5 of the MTPs are conceived all around the world. That means 40 to 50 million of the MTPs are performed in a year all over the world, which can show us that how much irresponsible we are, even in the sense of killing, even in the sense of producing a new life. If we people are not having that much ability to brought some new life, if we are not having ability to afford the new life, we should definitely not go through this kind of things. So that is only why in the beginning I told you that this kind of means are not for the enhancement of the unprotected sex, but it is for the alternative souls in some serious conditions. Like if the baby which is developing in the mother womb, he or she is not mentally or physically healthy, in these conditions the doctor's advices for MTP. If the couple has been accidentally suffered to any big financial loss or any other emotional loss, or father or mother का तो चांस नहीं, but if the father has been lost in this condition, if the mother is not having ability to brought up her child, in these conditions MTPs are done. Or in some kind of the unsafe pregnancies like rape cases, sexual abuses, this kind of condition, when the girl is not having ability to give a birth to child, in these conditions MTPs are happen. So medical science has given us this mean for the betterment of the upcoming life. The baby who is coming to this life, if the world is not suitable for him, then and then only MTPs the doctors are advising. It should not be taken as an alternative source of prevention, as an alternative source of curing. So this thing must be kept by you all, especially for the young adult, for the healthy upcoming generation and the healthy reproductive society. I hope as a biology student you people will must take care of this thing, and even you people will enhance others, aware others about all this means. Thank you.